play Violet.
And I'm Emily Padgett. I play Daisy in the show Upsides. The Hilton sisters, they were a pair of conjoined twins. They really lived. At, the peak of their fame, they were the highest paid act in vaudeville.
Yeah. There's quite an extensive story on their life. So, some people think that one of them had a child, they did have romances, they were married, and we try to incorporate a lot of that into our show.
Yeah.
A lot of their lives.
And they were small.
4'11"?
4'11" maybe. I mean, they were teeny little things.
They're like little Kristen Chenoweths.
Yeah. Which I actually just read an article 2 days ago about, it was in Albany, New York, when they were touring through, and they did this interview, like 1932. And
Did I read this?
I don't think so. I was going to send it to you, but I don't think I read it. I sent it to you.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it talks about their differences. They had different tastes, different wants, different desires. I mean, how the whole article
most
was
twins, especially identical twins, have that problem with the identity. Everybody looks at you as one, however, you want to feel individual and special and different.
I don't think they felt sorry for themselves in any way. I think, and that's really fun to play because they have this kind of, they have pride about themselves. They kind of say, well, we're gonna keep our chin up and make the best of it.
I think to everybody else it was this extreme, crazy thing, but they were born that way, and that's how it was for them. I think it's really cool that we're playing basically deformed people, and by the end of the show, the audience doesn't even see that or think about it. Do you know what I mean? We met at the audition.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Uh-huh.
I was already pretty much in the show. I think they still saw other groupings in case they didn't find somebody that worked with me. So it was kind of like a rotating door. I would stay in the room and they would send somebody else in to sing with me, which is a very interesting experience.
And then I went in.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize we were going to be, I knew we were going to stand next to each other, but actually be touching. And
were we? I don't remember.
We were butt to butt.
Oh, I was probably like, and
you're
standing here.
It was awkward because, when you're not used to that, you really have to kind of separate your feet a little bit to allow that. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm going to totally fall over.
Really?
Yeah.
And I remember halfway through the song, she threw her music down and just went for it. And it was like, here it is. It was good. At the end of the day, I was like, oh, that girl, of all of them, that's who I would pick. Yeah. We don't have any pre-show
thing. I do my thing and you do your thing.
I kind of like it that way. It's kind of like I think it's like I want to say Kathy Lee and Hoda. They don't talk before the show because then it wouldn't be fresh when they went on. Do you know what I mean?
Am I Kathy Lee? I'm totally Kathy Lee. I knew it. I feel like we're very sisters that don't have a lot in common.
Yeah.
But
we check in with each other.
Yeah, but the show is that we have. That's what we have in common. And then something happens. It just works. I don't know what it is. And maybe it's our differences that make it work.
Who knows?
I don't know. I spell Condon. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird though.
I can't imagine spending more time than I already do with you.
See?
I mean,
when you're learning a show, you do your thing. I learned the show this way. But when you are attached to someone, you learn very quickly that there's a million other ways to go through rehearsal. And you have to support that. If you don't, if you're constantly thinking why is she doing it that way? You're just gonna be so frustrated.
what are you talking about?
But it's true, for example, I like to get to places really early.
Yeah.
Always, and she's not. And it's there will be times where it's I think I dragged you up the stairs one time. And I was like, let's go! And she's like, don't drag me up the stairs. And I was like, you're right. I can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Compassion, I feel like I've learned is the most.
Yeah. Oh my God, I learned a lot. Every time I do the show, I'm like, how am I gonna do this show every night? It's impossible. Somehow I do. So I feel empowered the more I do this show. I feel I can do it. It isn't impossible. It's such a mountain to climb. And it seems easier than it is. But emotionally, physically, it's a bear. So it's kind of cool to every week go, oh, I did it again.
It's an experience you can't get in any other role. I can feel her breathing and she can feel me breathing. It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, they're just really, it's really powerful. It's powerful, and it's kind of powerful female roles, and there aren't a lot of powerful female roles happening, you know?
Yeah.
Not enough, for sure.
And it's interesting, though, because people who, out there who would want to play these roles, you can't do it thinking like, I'm going to go out there and just do me, and she's going to do her. It only works if you are constantly compromising and constantly blending together and working together.
That's hard for a lot of actresses, I think, to kind of, you really have to put some ego aside, and it's not just about you.
But that's how the Hilton sisters were in real life. It was a constant compromise. So
Everybody feels in some way like a freak, or different, or flawed. And it's about accepting yourself as you are, and accepting others as they are. It's a wonderful message.
yeah.